Hi, chat. By the way, did you know there is a short film on me? Well, technically, it's not me. Technically, it's on SCP 1471. Technically. Did y'all know about this bad boy? If you haven't seen this, you should probably go watch it. And if you haven't gone to watch it, more than likely, I think I have a recorded reaction to this. I don't know what happened to it, though. I thought for sure I had it recorded. And I even remember live streaming it. Yeah, there is a film of 1471. And yeah, it doesn't have it doesn't have a lot of views. It came out 2 years ago, and I remember streaming this, watching it. I don't know what happened to the stream, and it makes me sad if I can't find it. I had a reaction to it. I would like to see it again. The reaction video, I mean. But what I would also like the most, I think, is have you ever seen this film, chat? This is a classic. I watched this a few years ago. Like 2 years, 3 years ago when it was first came out. Near when it first came out, like within the first year. Hi, Technicus. So this is SCP Overlord. This short film is really well done. Really love this one. I believe this is the one I'm thinking of too. No, this is the opposite one. No, this one's good, but it's not the one I was thinking of. That one has to deal with anomalous spaces. I think it was SCP Dollhouse. Yeah, this one, I believe. Is it this one? No, did I? Oh, no. This isn't the one. We need the one where it starts out with them walking to it through the woods. Yeah, no, it was this one. I was correct. Overlord is phenomenally good. I was thinking of playing games tonight with you, chat, but it's already 1:30 in the morning, so I figured, why not share one of my favorite SCP short films?
Everything I'm about to tell you is classified under a level 3 security clearance and is on a need-to-know basis. The man you're looking at is Ethan Pender, a figure within a New Age religious movement known as the New Transcendentalists. His farmstead has since become a commune for the primary as the New Transcendentalists.
Let me think. Is that? I don't remember if that was actually a thing. I think that was made up for this, but I'm not 100% sure. Nah, it was actually a real life religion. It is that is a real religion. Yeah, so this is kind of made up through that ability, through that that concept of weaving science with religion.
His farmstead has since become a commune for the primary thought leaders with around 9 total members. This movement was suspected of organizing chemical attacks all across New England in the early 2010s. Additionally, there have been many strange disappearances loosely associated with the movement. All suspected, nothing confirmed. The past 3 months, there have been a dozen missing persons across Franklin, Berkshire, and Hampton with no clear offender, but given that this was happening in the cult's backyard, he and his friends are suspects. 12 hours ago, the Hampshire County Sheriff's Department received a call from a man they believed to be in danger. The caller refused to directly specify the threat until he handed this picture to the authorities. This sighting is presumed to be Sarah Morrison, one of 9 missing persons associated with the case. Our agent within the department informed us the moment this picture was secured and declared a state of emergency requiring immediate action. Any non-Foundation personnel who came into contact or heard mention of this photo has since been detained and given amnestic treatment. However, the clock is still ticking, and the Foundation has seen fit to sanction a raid on the Pender commune.
Your objective is to recce the commune.
Cowabunga, dude.
Secure the property for a containment team. Any persons on site are to be detained or neutralized in accordance with the ROE. No anomalous
That button was cursed, by the way.
activity is found. You will exfil an RTB. Epsilon 6 will be our primary entry and inter coordinate team, while our friends from New 7 will provide the outer coordinate, short-range artillery and air support, including ISR, which comms will be bouncing off of. New 7 will also fill our QRF alongside specialists from Zeta 9, U13, Beta 7, and Lambda 5. As always, Gamma 5 will be running interference to make sure this all stays under the radar. Any mission code ideas go on the whiteboard in the back. Any questions?
Pretty cool shots. If I remember right, this is the same crew that made the SCP-096 film as well. You're about to see the biggest flaw, I feel like, with the film here in a second. Hole. Hole.
Klinsky, anything. Sector 1-1 to Helios. We passed Ambrose. No sign of the civilian. Just a hole here now. No way to determine the depth. Over.
So are you starting to see the problem?
MalO should have a good time with that.
So here's if you couldn't tell what the problem is, a good chunk of these guys look like civvies. I kind of get it. I mean, you can explain it away with the idea and concept that, oh yeah, they don't want to look too conspicuous. But this is MTF we're talking about. The MTF like guards and stuff are supposed to be given like uniforms and stuff. They're supposed to be given the exact same equipment, whereas none of these guys have the same equipment. They all have different helmets, different gear, different shirts. They all look like they're about to go out for airsoft, much less go find anomalies. You know what I mean? It's very interesting, but if you overlook this problem with the film, it's an excellent film.
This shit up way before we got here. Command's got some fucking nerve asking us to stick your nose in there.
It comes with the territory. That's what we're here to do, and we're gonna do it. Part of the job.
I can see it, you know? You getting snatched up like out of a fucking movie?
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's never like that.
Hold out your hand.
I'm telling you, Cicero, another day at the office.
About what?
Any ideas on this shit?
Maybe we're being invaded. Haji's learned to dig to America. Hey, Kolinsky, what's the scoop? Command get back to you about it?
What, the hole? Nothing yet.
Well, you're smart, right? What's your take on it?
I don't have one. We don't know enough. Any conclusion I would jump to would just be conjecture.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Also, aren't the I believe the MTF are usually wear cams, or at least some of the crew wear cams, so that they could have some information.
If there's an answer, it's in that commune. We'll figure it out. Always do.
You know, you hope.
Usually that's what happens, because they sometimes anomalies will appear on camera or and whatnot, or anomalies work through cameras and feeds. They usually do it for recording purposes, just in case, but I guess they don't do it normally with MTF all the time. They do it mostly with D-Class.
What about you, Reyes? What do you think?
I think you talk too much.
Command sending some mole rats over to have a look at it. Come on, let's get back in formation.
Watch your step, boys.
Look out, there's fog machines in the woods. Lol. Those are some powerful fog machines. Nah, that's just missed, that one. I mean, the fog was so thick in that woods, I don't see why. There are a few MTF that wear squads that wear cameras. Exactly, that's why I feel like they would at least have one camera on them. One feed. Oh yeah, Samsara. Well, that's Samsara. Samsara, isn't Samsara literally one of the upper echelon ones? Oh, right. Wait, that's right. I'm thinking of, you're thinking of the Power Rangers. That's how I always remember them. They're the ones from that went into Site 13. They are, yeah, they are immortal. They have cloned they have cloned bodies, so when they die, they just go to the next body. MalO is both one of the safest and most dangerous SCPs we have. Safe is that we won't really harm anyone, but most dangerous in that, well, how does one contain a phone app? You don't. But that's the reason why you don't want to go to the universe that Site 13 is. Because they learned how to contain not just only gods, but they learned how to contain things like me and Bobble the Clown. Yeah, clone bodies and linked consciousness. Yep. Essentially, destroying one body does not kill them. What? That's odd, right, when you say chat? How strange is it to find a missing persons poster right smack dab in the middle of nowhere?
The fuck is this shit?
Yeah, that is strange, isn't it?
Scene we expected.
Yeah, no, God, Bobble was scared shitless because they had learned how to contain anomalies that weren't even metaphysical. You know, we the creatures who live in another space, they had learned how to contain. But with great technology came great responsibility. Jumo. I know what you're doing. You're trying to jump. Jump. Infrared. It's kind of, isn't that cool though? Remember, new transcendentalism is a idea of weaving the sciences with religion together in ways that defy disentanglement, i.e., the best efforts to understand what's outside your perception of reality and what gods there are. Very strange. This is on fire, and yet...
Up and down are all relevant concepts to our Overlord.
And did you hear they said our Overlord? So basically, that thing is an anomaly. That fire, for some reason, isn't going out. And not only that, it's speaking. Something's speaking through it. I think.
May scoff from the ivory towers built to honor your false gods. But when I walk across the transcendent plains, will you suffer worldly damnation? Know then who is truly saved.
See? Yeah, I was right. That thing just repeats the church's information on repeat. It's that you need to go, like, you'd have to listen to what he's saying, but they're talking about the church and talking about their Overlord. Wasn't Site 13 Bobble so worried about dying because of others' deaths that he worked with any survivors? He was worried, I think he was worried of dying himself because they contained things that were not supposed to be able to be contained. Like basically the Gate Guardian and the god Saturn. So he was terrified of what the SCP Foundation could do in his universe. He was also terrified what was getting released. Also, here, now you can see what I mean about the whole, like, this crew looking like civvies. You got fucking guys wearing jeans and shit out on the field. What MTF group would be wearing jeans other than people that were trying to look like they were not part of the Foundation? That was Saturn. I forget what its initial name is, but it is the embodiment of the god Saturn of the Greek mythos. Oh. Nope, no, that's not Jesus.
Sector 1-1. We've passed Poe. We've got eyes on multiple humanoid anomalies floating above the trees at the north side of the property. Please advise. Over.
Roger, 1-1. Maintain your course. The anomalies can be dealt with by QRF or the containment team after you've investigated the property. Over.
Understood. 1-1 out.
We good to go?
Affirmative. Get your men in position.
Here comes the audio again.
We're go ahead for intercordon. Weapons free. Over.
How funny is MalO Skull? I'm very funny. MTFs are very secretive, and Red Right Hand would totally wear jeans just to cover up. No. Maybe, but not in this instance. No, they would be wearing something more protective than, I think, jeans.
But be afraid of the truly free. That's why.
2-1-1-1 in position. Over.
Just fall
Roger 2-1. Sector 1 moving in for entry. Over.
to be strung up like the rest. But I know you all are somewhat anxious. Often when we've attained something, the fear of what is next.
That's a cool shot.
It is always the same. Once you are liberated, you are forced to ask who you...
I'm sorry. I don't mean to pause it during this point, but the fucking Corona, the Corona there on the thing, the beer thingy. I kind of find that funny. Yeah, this is a tactical thing. They wouldn't be trying to blend in. They would be 100% armed to the teeth. full suit up.
Holding.
Small room.
Small room left.
Coming out.
Clear.
With you.
Clear. Coming out. Coming out. Clear.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I am not a militarant. I've never took military training, but is this what they do? Is this how they perform in a military unit where they go in and then clear and then say coming out, and then everybody files through really fast and everybody works as a perfect unit? It seems like this would be something they would do. Yeah, if it was a cover-up, they'd be in full civilian clothes. They wouldn't be half civilian, half MTF wearing armor and stuff. They would be full-on armor right now. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Aaron. This is the one thing that bothers me about this film is it feels like they didn't have the budget to give everybody the same tactical gear, which, you know, kind of sucks, but, you know, what they do with the film is pretty damn good, so I can overlook it. Oh, okay, there should have been one person in the hallway at all times, but yes, that would be a quick clear. I thought it was very odd that they didn't stay in the hallway. One person didn't stay in the hallway, you know what I mean?
I got one. Put your fucking hands in the air or you will be shot. Hands! Let me see your fucking hands! Do it! Do it now! Do it right fucking now! Don't you fucking do it!
I think that's what he wanted, brother.
1-1 to Helios. We got a bogey down on the second floor. Proceeding to ID. Over.
He didn't have that gun in front of him for no reason.
It's Pender.
Should we call in a Casevac?
I'm not Bashan, but those were kill shots, bro. Best thing for him's a bag.
Fuck. 1-1 to Helios. Kingpin is dead. Over.
The hell was he up to?
Looks like a ritual, I guess.
Be nice if he didn't pull that fucking gun.
You notice that he had a hood on. How was he supposed to see you, for one? And for two, it was very odd he had a gun in front of him. It's almost like a ritualistic suicide. And he just kind of did what he wanted to anyway. If an ex-member came in half-dressed, I'd either order them to get a full clothes or turn them D-class. You know, like, that's definitely something they would do. Yeah, exactly. They would use the amnestics.
Like how many guys he's got in the basement.
Push comes to shove, I can cut a hole in the floor, flush him out with gas.
Or that guy's poor. Look at this guy's goggles. I feel bad for this guy. Like, yeah, those kinds of goggles that always get fogged up are the worst.
Push comes to shove, I can cut a hole in the floor, flush him out with gas.
Cross that bridge when we get there.
You notice that there was plastic all over the place?
TL.
Yeah, look at the plastic.
Hang on to that. Go check out Pender's office. Take Kalinsky with you.
Shot this guy and he still won't shut the fuck up.
Weird. Where's the voices coming from? He looks so scared.
Basement doors reinforced.
It might be just because, you know, this wasn't like a really big group. This was a small remote group of cultists. It's not like something like the Church of the Broken God where it's a massive thing where they'd probably send their best and brightest.
Some of the numbers are fitting.
I wouldn't think he's new.
Probably brute force it.
Let me have a look.
Just not the greatest actor.
We will endure. It was only a matter of time. The force of blindness
Can you blow it?
No. We need something heavy, and I don't want to risk damaging anything inside. Need a cutting torch for this one. That or, you know, find the code.
Helios, this is Sector 1-1. Basement is reinforced. Unable to secure it at this time. Over.
the silence of the old ones. That's why they're nothing. Just order for the
Saying something about the old ones.
I know you all are somewhat anxious.
That's better. Looks like he was still writing.
Yeah? What's he writing?
The bridge over the horizon. Records on the last days of the new transcendentalist commune.
What the fuck could he mean by that?
Which part? Title's a novel worth of text.
The part about him knowing this group was coming to an end. Intel never said they were a doomsday cult.
Well, you're the field analyst. Figure it out. I'm just here to type.
I love how yeah, like I said, we're poking holes into it, but we're talking an independent group, you know what I mean? This is an independent party. This isn't the guys that got like a massive budget. They're doing their best.
Sending this to command.
You know, I should have figured something was up.
Yeah? Why?
Well, he pulled a weapon on us.
Yeah, we kind of broke into his house, Kolinsky.
He could have figured us for cops. If we're going off his publicly available doctrine, there's no reason why he'd want to martyr himself. If he went to prison, he'd still be able to preach his ideology. That's what counts, right?
I don't know, bro. I just type.
I mean, brother, he's got the right idea. Give this man a cookie. He is the smart one here. He's asking questions. And that's good to ask questions. Like I ask questions. Why was he in a ritualistic circle? You know? Why was he sitting there in the middle of the circle? Why did he have a bag on his head? Why did he have a gun in front of him? Very strange. It's almost like he knew you guys were coming.
Maybe they changed it at the last minute. Try Panda's birthday.
Unfortunately, the MTF aren't paid to ask questions. That's why they're MTF. The researchers are the ones paid to ask questions. I think this is I don't know if this is messed up from about the other universes. I kind of like it. You'll see why.
I don't know. Try 1, 2, 3, 4.
No.
Any progress?
Negative. Hell, you smoked Panda.
Cicero did.
Nice. Would have been nicer if you didn't, you know. So he could have told us the code.
Just keep typing. Raise, keep a log of all the numbers you try. If all else goes to shit, we can call in a cutting torch.
Oh God, I just realized it's a Lenovo. No, not a Lenovo. It does have a silly charm to it. God damn it, Lenovo, fucking Lenovo. I hate Lenovo's. They suck so bad. At least the ones that I picked up. Lenovo computer, their brand. They aren't very good. I picked up a $300. I was inside of a $300 Lenovo before. It's not great. Yeah, I gotta agree, Karma. That's all they're good for. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. Too late now.
Hey,
That's foreboding, wouldn't you say? There's only one file on the USB that says, "Play me."
Hey, Kolinsky, come here. From the flash drive I found in his room.
Scepter 16 to Helios, we've got a flash drive in here with a video file titled Play Me. Proceeding.
I would rather not. That's a little too expensive for me for a laptop. I don't need that powerful laptop. But I don't. What I also don't need is a fucking a machine that can't even run Windows software because the RAM is constantly being used. I usually watch 49 of my old video clips on my micro SD card that I save. Nice.
To open it over.
It's a VCL file. I know that. I noticed that too. I mean, they know superiority, right? You need sleep, but you cannot do so. That's why I'm here. Aw, I know that feeling. I'm sorry, friend.
Roger, 16, over.
VCL, I use VCL because it still works. It's a lot better than Windows media player bull crap. That stuff's garbage. But VCL is a playing program that has a lot of features to it, and I mean a lot of features to it. It's good, though. It's kind of getting old at this point, and it's not as up to date anymore. So, but that's it. It plays MP4 file formats. When you use a file format, it doesn't mean you can play it without going through the player first. You got to have a software that can play it. And let me tell you, Windows media player sucks. I hate it. It is garbage. Lags like a son of a gun, and they barely built it to run. However, VCL still runs halfway decently, even in this day and age, even though there's a lot of like visual issues with it, because it's kind of falling to the wayside. So I think I need to figure out a better player at this point. Yeah, but it doesn't give you the same features, Dino. Like VCL gives you so many different features to do things. Like you can record all the video files that you want. You can play something and you can record it whatever you want through it. You can make screen caps, high quality screen caps with it. It also allows you to move things frame by frame, not like just like YouTube. You can just be like frame, which not a lot of the media players and browser sources don't allow you to do. I miss the days laptops had CD drives and used to be able to watch my DVDs on my laptops before laptops removed CD drives. You and me both. I miss CD drives. My older computer has one, but my newer computer doesn't. I miss CD drives so much. I miss that. I miss being able to rip footage from DVDs and stuff like that and get the highest possible resolution. I need to get one of those because the last one I got didn't work with my computers because I got the incorrect one. Yeah, exactly. VCL just doesn't care. That's why I still use their software.
If you are listening to this,
I did, but like I said, I got the incorrect one. It didn't work. I got the wrong fucking one, so it didn't work with like Windows 10 or something, and I didn't read the fine print. I wasted $40 on it.
into our Lord's domicile, or I am dead. Lewis, my former colleague, has barricaded himself within the inner sanctum while I was lighting the effigy. This betrayal has struck me like nothing one so close to him. Maybe it was meant to be like this. Maybe this is the price I pay. To whom it may concern, you have made a mistake coming here. This is not your dominion.
Here's the remember the concept of transcendentalism? That's why there you go. Using technology to find religion, basically. The camcorder can see things that normal eyes can't.
Jensen.
They remove CD drives because nobody uses hardware anymore, and why waste the money on putting in freaking CD drives? Why waste it? Which is stupid, because I do want my CD drives back. Also, were you listening to the guy talking about basically, oh, you shouldn't have come here?
What you got?
I just want to make sure I'm not the only one seeing this.
Looks like there's some sort of invisible ink. Is it just infrared that's picking it up?
Negative. Jensen tried it with his nods to no effect. It's the camera, not infrared.
Maybe that's the anomaly.
Find a site without authorization. Well, I guess they're trying to get inside of the thing down there. So they're trying to figure out where the code is to get down there in the basement. That's the excuse. Normally they wouldn't. Normally they would not play that. They would not play the audio. They would not play with the camera. They wouldn't do anything. But because they're trying to get into that basement because there might be survivors down there, that's why they're doing this.
Or part of it. Or a trick.
I don't think...
This is Scepter 1-1. Requesting to use the camera to investigate the property. Over.
Helios to Scepter 1-1. Stand by. Over. Scepter 1-1, you may use the camera at your own volition. Over.
Understood.
You'll never know what has a mimetic agent in it. True. However, I have read many SCP files where the MTF had accidentally discovered a anomalous thing without by testing it in the field and causing disaster.
Give command control of the computer, then go with Kalinsky.
Why are there survivors down there? Because this is a cult. And even in the video, the guys that were watching this video while we were bullshitting said that his compatriot, the dude that was closest to him, betrayed him and is now barricaded himself in the basement. He is behind there, so there is somebody down there inside that giant safe door. They don't work well. Now I've been glad to have my Asus, because at least it works well. Take the old cheap laptops, not worth the money. I have something that might actually works now. MSI is also a good company, by the way. I will have to... I don't think I'll have the money for a while to afford a new one of those. Not for a while. Gonna need funds. I'm taking down information. I've heard of Asus before, as well as MCI. But no, I don't go with Alienware. That's what we call a cheap trick. I wouldn't touch Alienware disguised as a Dell. And Dells are garbage. I used to have a Dell way back in the day. I can confirm they're trash. My Dell was such a piece of junk, I couldn't even barely play games on it. And that was a $500 fucking computer back in the day.
Helios, hearing a bit of movement to the north of the property, but no signs of anything. Any movement on ISR? Over.
Negative.
They call it Alienware because it was made by illegal immigrants. Da 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 da.
Signs of movement 2-4. Over.
No, it ran Windows 8. Far worse. I'm not surprised. HP is okay. Every HP I've ever run into has been mid. Oh, good. More anomalous ruins.
Probably more outside, too.
Yeah, this is all very exciting, Kowinski.
Yes, they very much are expensive. Everything's wrapped in plastic. Very worrying.
Hold your positions. Over. Roger that.
Something was spotted. I've been wanting to get an Epson eco tank for a while now. Yeah, because you see the thing. I know of somebody who personally who has one of those, and they're not cartridges. You put in the ink yourself. You use tubs of ink. That's why I can print thousands of pages. I use iBuyPower, and a custom built PC out of older parts. But I wouldn't suggest buying iBuyPower because it was decent for the time that I bought it, but there is some wacky things that happen with this PC. There are very odd issues that I've never seen in a computer before, so I wouldn't recommend them.
Clear.
I'm planning on building my own one day. But you only get those in, like, brother copiers now.
Kowinski, what the fuck?
I saw someone in here. It must have given us the slip. Sector 2, this is 1-6. Watch your sectors for a humanoid target moving away from the building. Over.
Roger 1-6. Over. 2 on the Helios. Any movement on ISR? Over.
Negative 2-1. Over.
If they gave us the slip, Sector 2 would have caught him the second they jumped.
Fuck!
I got it! 514!
Rashard, get up here! I'll swap with you. Over.
It's all gone down. Oh yeah, nobody likes Dells. Do you know why there's plastic all over the walls now, chat?
This is Sector 1-6. We have contact on the second floor of the target building. 1-1 is down hard. Over.
Roger 1-6. 1-1 is secure location. Capture back is on the way. Sector 1-2, you're in charge. Over.
Understood. Over.
He's not safe here. We have to move him. Get the fuck in here, Kowinski. Close it. Shut the fucking door.
Got possible movement again from the north side. Anyone got eyes on?
Oh,
down. Over.
He just got yoinked.
Sector 1, this is 2-1. I'm gonna reposition Sector 2. The inner cordon is compromised. Over.
Understood 2-1. Over.
Sector 2 to all Sector 1 units. Do not exit the target building. Over.
Got it. Hold position. Over.
Jesus. What happened? I don't know. He was just standing there, and then he was bleeding all over the fucking floor, man. Call it in. Fuck. Sector 1.
More than likely, Dino. I was thinking the same thing. I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, more than likely that was the reason why there was plastic all over the building. Because you know what, I could tell that this was one of those renter buildings that they would have in like the forest, like up in the Adirondacks and stuff, where they would rent it for the summer or something like that for a weekend for a certain amount of money. And they didn't want to ruin the entire place with blood splattering, so that's why they put plastic all over everything.
Helios. 1-1 is KIA. Over.
Roger 1-3. Over.
But they work it into the story. Why isn't anybody on the door? That's anomalous. You should be running. Like out the window. Or shooting. Yeah, most MTF would be shooting right about now. Fire! Fire!
Is she down?
It's on the floor and it's not moving.
1-2 to all stations. Target down on 2nd floor. Over.
Success! It can be taken down by bullet. It's just invisible.
I don't envy you. Big shoes to fill.
I can do my job.
Yeah? So could he.
If there's another option besides that, you let me know.
Looks like the cultists got whatever it was they wanted. This complicates things.
So what the fuck's the move now?
Well, we know the reverse to bullets, so that gives us some options. Chemicals, maybe. Not saying it's for sure gonna work, but it's worth a try.
Okay, I'll request for QRF and some chemical mortars. Nothing lethal, just enough to knock out anything in the vicinity.
Good, get me the fuck off this property.
We still have a job to do. We need to recce the basement so any QRF knows what they're getting into. There's also been a change.
It's on the floor, not moving.
Make contact. We'll attempt a less lethal option first. If they don't respond to that, smoke them.
Better not drop that fucking camera, Kalinsky.
Listen, this is not an SCP that's... I don't believe this is an SCP, an actual one. This is based on their own idea of an SCP. So you were working with something totally unique. And the thing is that this doesn't feel abnormal to our universe. Just because something has the title of doesn't have the title of SCP doesn't mean that it's not anomalous. Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't it be? It's not responsive.
2, 5 for effect. Red 5, over.
5 for effect. Red 5 out.
Target Citadel 1.
But remember, this is MTF, by the way. So some of these guys are jarheads, basically.
Over.
Target Citadel 1 out.
Danger close.
Higher.
Over.
Or try, true.
Out.
Send it.
Target down would have been a good one. They're using gas. They're using gas bombs to try and knock out whatever's left in here.
Kalinsky, get up here.
It's on the ceiling.
Gas.
That's true.
To Helios. Target down on the first floor. Over.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's nothing on the infrared signature. The only thing that shows it is the strange camcorder that's here. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's a racist terminology. That's why I didn't say anything. But I don't know exactly, so.
This is gonna take a bit.
Step aside.
You saw what he put in, right? Humans are funny. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that. It wasn't that one. Did you see it that time? You said? Did you see it? The number that time? I'm waiting, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, remember the guy's like, "Hey, try 1, 2, 3, 4." Earlier in the movie, he's like, "No, I'm not gonna try that." So he comes up and tries it himself now, and 1, 2, 3, 4 fucking worked. Remind me to change my luggage. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know that was done on purpose. That shot was done on purpose to make sure that joke hit home.
Look at me and tell me I am not the most valuable member of this team.
Fix your fucking seal, dude.
Finally, somebody mentions his goggles with the seal. Fix your fucking seal, dude. Oh, so Quite is an actual person? It sounded like it was something I didn't know. It sounded like, I don't know, it sounded something like a derogatory term. Oh, right! This guy! He did videos on the SCPs before. In fact, that's how I learned about the one about the Jesus, where you ate the entire Bible and you go to Jesus land, which is basically some weird alternative dimension. If I were to hazard a guess, that particular SCP is more than likely was created by Gamers Against Weed or something. Seems like something they would do. Oh yeah, Nightmind. Mr. Three-Eyed Cat. Funny Cat Man. Infinite Pizza. Infinite Pizza. It's the Infinite Pizza box. Pizza. Ah, poor guy. Oh, he's also a musical artist too. Huh?
Jensen, get the door. On it.
Jiggly.
Man's probably been dead a couple hours. Took himself out with these.
Check around the place for anything notable. I'm gonna look this
What is my favorite pizza? Or do you mean MalO's in general? Because I can't speak for every MalO, but I can speak for myself, which is I love chicken wing pizza. It's yum yum. Give me chicken wing pizza all day, every day. Give me the meat. Yum yum meat. But I do eat data. I like cookies.
Himself out with these.
Yum yum cookies.
Check around the place for anything notable. I'm gonna look this guy over.
Hold on, I want to go back for a second.
Man's probably been dead a couple hours. Took himself out with these.
Which I don't know what he's holding.
Check around the place for anything notable. I'm gonna look this guy over.
I love blue cheese. I love cheese, but I also love blue cheese. Another one of those guys with the hoods. Have you noticed that? By the way, chat, remember in the film... By the way, there's a lot of subtlety in this film. I want you all to know that. There is so much subtle things going on in the background that you don't know. One of the things I want to say is, chat, do you remember that video that was on the screen? Do you remember how there was 3 hooded people? And notice how they've only taken out 2 invisible people? Very strange.
Play it back.
It's evil that they've brought here. And they're all mad now because of it. After they found that bas relief, everything changed. We'd found it deep in the dirt, next to some old tools. Someone, from a very long time ago, was trying to hide it away. I don't know what Father Bender thought he was worshipping, but it was never the salvation we were promised.
They found something they shouldn't have. Something buried in the dirt. Remember the hole, chat? Something was buried out there. Something that should have stayed in the ground.
I watched the others scream in terror and go mad as they disappeared into the transcendent plane. You can join them if you'd like, but I will not. Goodbye.
I don't know how our friends are gonna make any sense out of this.
This is all fucking gibberish to me, man.
Anyone else getting flashbacks to the Providence op? Bass relief, weird cult, same shit, right?
Maybe both groups found the same thing. Nothing's here like what the cult says publicly. It's like they did a complete 180, completely changed ideologies.
Yeah? Fuck it. Try anything once, right?
Me.
Motherfuckers.
Like I said, 3.
Hassan, you got anything? What do you see?
Hassan!
Hey, you like mimetic agents? I heard you like cognito hazards.
Down, man. What do you see? What's going on? Don't get near it. Nobody touch it. Put it down! Oh, fuck!
1-2 to Helios. Sector 1-4 is down. Over.
Kalinsky, get the camera.
Jesus Christ, Hassan. What the fuck?
1-2 to Helios. Target building is compromised.
I think they found the thing that should have stayed in the ground.
Requesting immediate exfil. Over.
Helios to Sector 1, QRF is 30 seconds out. Retrieve what intel you can and exfil from the property. Over.
Let's go!
Making our way outside. Headed north towards the tree line. Over. Roger, 1-2. We'll meet you there. Over.
Sorry we couldn't get here earlier. Containment brought up the specialists. Some of their tech might spot the targets, might not. You still got the camera on you?
Yeah, you want it?
That's affirmative. Pass it off and we can take it from here.
Roger. Kalinsky, bring up the camera. Kalinsky? Kalinsky, what is it?
They're not floating. There you go. How was that, chat? Like I said, they should have kept that thing in the hole where it belonged. All they did was awaken the old one. They awakened a creature that should have stayed asleep. I told you this film is fucking good. Sure, it's a little, you know, it's cheesy in some spots, and then you can poke some holes in their MTF concepts and stuff. But there's so much subtlety to the writing that you would have to watch this 2 or 3 more times to kind of catch a lot of the things that was actually going on. Also, yeah, you notice that? That door opened, but the third one was never found. The third one disappeared. Not only that, that mirror looked awfully strange. And that, the first time around, I didn't catch that because I never caught the information that they had brought something up from the ground. I was listening to that, but I missed some of it. But he said in the recording, he says that they brought it up something from the ground and it drove everybody mad. And then as soon as Skylar, I think his name was, looked at the mirror with the camera, as soon as he saw it, it drove him mad. It meant the cognito hazard took over his brain. That's it. That's right. That's it, Free Zone. The cognito hazard from that mirror. That's what caused it. As soon as, everybody who looked at the mirror without the camera was fine. So when everybody pulled when the cult pulled that mirror out from the ground, everybody was fine, right? That was what that was in that room. See? The door opens, right? See, watch. The door opens. Door opens, meaning that was probably where that other entity was. The third guy who killed him, sacrificed himself. See, watch. They all see the mirror, you know. Some of them are looking at the mirror. The mirror looks odd, doesn't it? It doesn't look normal. It looks strange, unique.
Son, you got anything? What do you see?
As soon as he looks at the mirror, he's looking at the mirror, he's fine. As soon as he looks at the mirror in the thing that was the camcorder, remember, the camcorder showed things that you don't normally see, that you can't see. Whatever he saw was a cognito hazard, and it fucked his head. It completely destroyed his head. Who's to say that he didn't do that on purpose in order to escape whatever hell that was taking over his mind? No, it was that mirror. We don't know what he saw. We'll never know what he saw. Yeah, exactly. It's not really solved. There's too much. There's a lot of mystery with this, and that's what I love about it.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Hey, put that fucking thing down, man. What do you see? What's going on? Don't get near it. Nobody touch it. Put it down. Oh, fuck!
1-2 to Helios. Sector 1-4.
Again, he might have had his eyes closed, but again, everybody was okay before the camcorder. And if you think about it, everybody, when they unearthed the mirror, everybody was okay. Everybody was fine. But then somebody looked at the mirror through the camcorder. And they, like you said, they started killing themselves. They went all insane. The cult completely changed. Some of them didn't kill themselves, but they went insane because they saw things. They saw things that they knew, and then they were basically, think about it this way. I'm thinking this. Remember, it said some of them killed themselves, but those who didn't kill themselves, they changed. Who's to say that cognito hazard didn't end up rewiring their brain to be the slave of whatever that entity is up there? Remember, these people here, the people up here in the sky, those are the people that were missing. Why would they? Why are there so many tentacles? You know, why are there so many people floating in the sky? Probably because it feeds off of them. That's what it wants. Not to mention, I feel like it was either him about he killed himself either through the method of it was the mimetic agent that forced him to do it, or he did it to save himself because he was being taken over by whatever entity he was seeing in the mirror. Nah. It's not those were not the hooded figures. Because if you look at the hooded figures in the mirror, or I mean in the camera, if you look at them, you will see that they look. Okay, this is where everything goes to shit. And then he starts bleeding. There is, by the way, remember this guy? He got yoinked. Now, what do you think that was, chat? With the force of that, what took that guy, what would you think that could have done that? That wasn't a human that grabbed that guy. It wasn't that person, one of those hooded figures. He got yoinked. By what? What tremendous creature? Yeah, you got it. One of the tentacles grabbed him.
Sector 1, this is
Up right there, criminal scum. Nobody breaks the law on my watch. I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
Now this guy dies.
Then pay with your blood.
Pay with your blood. Okay, the door opens. Now let's take a look, right? Okay, you see this guy, right? Look at him. He's standing there in robes, yes? You know who else was wearing robes? Let's see. Who else was wearing robes earlier? Could it have been these guys who were also wearing hoods in the triangle pattern around this carpet? Very strange. Yeah. And again, one of the three was not accounted for. More than likely, the third one was the one that opened the door. and started the cognito hazard. This is why, chat, right here. This is why what is the Overlord, SCP Overlord is one of my favorite SCP films. Because everything's so subtle. Everything is told to you. This entire story is told to you through subtle little things that you don't pick up on the first time through. Isn't that wild? Like, look at these guys, the MTF crew, right? They went by this burning effigy and didn't even bat an eyelid. They just started burning this effigy, which I don't think they did, or this thing is like a weird anomaly that keeps on burning. Also, note how the effigy looks. Look, there's people on the ends of these little symbols here. How strange. It's almost like people hanging in the sky. This whole thing has been cleverly put together. Yeah, exactly. Ah, you get the picture. And you can even hear the guy say something about their overlord. They're bound to come back to our overlord. Hey, here we go. Yeah, I never watched this bit with the captions on. Ethan on the intercom. And it's prudent to never... Light, darkness, up, down. Oh no. Oh no, the sun is rising. There is a fire SCP, one that requires the facility to have fire extinguishers ready. There are a few fire anomalies. In fact, I think there's like 3 or 4 of them I can think of. Like the burning skeleton. Now before they enter... That's such a good shot, by the way.
Multiple humanoid anomalies floating above the...
The anomalies can be dealt with by QRF or the containment team after you've investigated the property. Over.
And in position. Stood.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you know what I bet?
Go ahead for intercordant.
Hold on. I want to see. Oh, they didn't add...
1-1 in position. Over.
Roger 2-1. Sector 1 moving in for entry. Over.
To be strung up like the rest.
Ouch, that sounds terrible. I wish they gave us captions for this bit. Now, here's a good question. We see how many of these people in the sky? We see 8 people, right? Now, didn't they say 9 people had gone missing?
The case. Our agent within the department informed us the moment this picture was secured and declared a state of emergency requiring immediate action. Any non-Foundation personnel who came into contact or heard mention of this photo has since been detained. In the past 3 months, there have been a dozen missing persons across...
A dozen.
Franklin, Berkshire, and Hampton with no clear offender, but given that this was happening in the cult's backyard, he and his friends are suspect.
So there was a dozen, right? But there's only 8 in the sky. If you look here, there are several wanted posters. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, though. I wonder if there... Well, there might be actually 11 if you consider the one that was right here. So that's 11. I think there was supposed to be 12. 12 missing posters. Oh, yeah, look, right back there. That's 12. That's all 12. That's all the missing people. Yeah, there's... I saw this one, but I didn't see this one. I see this one now. So there are 12, if you consider the one they just walked by, too. So that's 11 on the screen, 1 behind them. Yeah, see? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then this one here makes 12. So those are all 12 people that are missing. But if you also look here, I think there are exactly 8 tentacles. 8 things here, the 8 tentacles here. And what do you see in the sky? 8 people. So that's everybody accounted for, by the way. 12 people went missing, right? 12 people went missing. 8 are in the sky. And there's 4 in the building. Actually, there's... Yeah, 4 in the building, not including the leader. So that means that there was 12 people. 8 floating bodies. And they did a really good job here, man. With the concept. Like, they did an amazing job with the concept. But also, if you look here, chat, at the sky, there was more than 8 tentacles. I believe, because you can actually see some in the background. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think, hold on. 1, 2, 1, maybe that's the same one there. It's kind of hard to tell. But we'll count that maybe as 1 because it looks like it's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 1 there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not every single one of them has a body on it, too. God damn, they were so smart. I could believe this is an SCP. Yeah, exactly. Me too. All 12 became tentacles, but not all of them were bodies in the air. You notice that too? Also, where do you think those tentacles are coming from? Remember? There was a hole. How many? Do we know how many holes there was? Really? Out there? They only found 1. Aw, Fazbones, I'm sorry. where the people suddenly float in the air. Which one is that one? I know about the water one. I know about Dell, the town of Dell, but I don't know about the one about that. I'm in danger. Now let me go look at this mirror really quick. I'm just curious if this mirror had anything special with it. It's kind of hard to tell. I wouldn't say that this mirror has anything specifically on it that would indicate it to be a part of the cult with the numbers. Because there's no indication of 12 or 8 on here. I need sleep mode? I kind of do. I guess we could watch the one I was going to show you, Dollhouse, which is only 16 minutes long. And I like this. I like Dollhouse. I think that was by the same crew. Dollhouse is not as intricate. I think it's still got quite a bit of intricacies in it, but it doesn't have the same tour de force that this one does. This one's like brilliant writing. I really freaking love this one. This one's just got such clever little things in it. That's why that's the reason why, chat, I overlook a lot of the situations with the MTF crew in this. Is because whoever wrote this isn't he's not a jarhead or, militarist. They don't know military terms quite as well. But what they do know is how to write a very intriguing and interesting story. You'll have to send me that one, Aaron. I want to know. You're in the Discord, yeah? Are you in the Discord? Send me that one. I want to know more about that one.